Hello everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. It's 3-1 Real Madrid. We just won, finally, wow. I think we just needed that at the end of the day. After such a abysmal preseason, we just needed a win on our hands, and we won 3-1 versus Celta de Vigo. And, never did I expect this, especially, at the, almost not halfway in, but a little bit, was it before or after halfway in, we were down to 10 men, and I really thought at that point we might just lose or tie the game. And if it was a loss or tie, then I was going to be fine with it. But going up with 10 men, scoring 2 goals with 10 men, oh my God, incredible stuff. Mosin says, vamos a la Madrid. Vamos, says James. It's crazy. I can't believe it. 10 men, and we managed to win 3-1. It's just incredible. We managed to win we managed to make 2 goals. I don't know what to say. It was incredible stuff. Moses says cruise control. Yeah, it's just crazy. Lucas Vasquez, the GOAT, man. Lucas Vasquez, man, that finish, but it was that whole team, man. That second goal, it was just, oh my God, brilliant stuff, I have to say. And Mosin said it was amazing. It was a really convincing performance, really resounding, especially considering such an abject preseason from Real Madrid. James says, what a performance, though. I don't know how Modric got a red for that. Me neither, actually. The Modric red card, I thought, was really weird. I mean, I thought Modric, it was very accidental, I didn't think he deserved the red card, but whatever. We won the game, and I can't believe we won the game like that. James says, Benzema got man of the match. What a player. Benzema gets a lot of stake, but for me, Benzema always provides so much to the team, and I know people like to criticize Benzema because of his finishing, because of this, because of that, but at the end of the day, he's he provides a lot to the team, and a lot of people take that for granted, I feel. Mosin says, do you think it was a red card? Wasn't for me. If you want to look at it by the how's the expression go? By the letter of the law, I think it is. You could argue it is a red card because Modric does put his studs and he puts it right on the ankle of Denis Suarez. So you could make an argument that it is a red card. I don't think it was for me. If you look at it, not to the letter of the law, I would say it wasn't really a red card just because it was a bit accidental. You look at Modric, he's not that kind of person to really lunge into someone like that, so it wasn't a red for me. Mosin says, was thinking why he's going to look on the screen. We played even better once he went off, though. Yeah, it seems like that, which was really weird, but I don't, I think that's just a bit of an illusion. I think that, having Modric on the field really helped, and I think Isco coming on provided more balance in the midfield. There was a point where Modric and, it was just Cruz and Casemiro in the midfield, and we were losing the midfield battle. You could see that, and, we could see Celta de Vigo just kind of, slowly taking advantage of that. But as soon as, I feel like as soon as Isco came on, he really changed the game, and it really provided that midfield stability that we needed. But Modric coming on, it does seem, or purportedly, that we did better, though. James says, I hope one doesn't change Perez's opinion on Neymar. In my opinion, we still need him. Yeah, I agree. I mean, we still need more players. We can't get carried away. Mosin says, indeed, we shouldn't get carried away, but let's enjoy it. Yes, we shouldn't. We shouldn't get carried away. We should, stay grounded and remember that we do need a few more players in the team. This is a Celta. We have to remember that this is a Celta de Vigo who, last season only got, only escaped the relegation zone by 4 points. So as a Celta de Vigo, that's very weak and decimated, I would say. And it's not a very strong team. But to do this at Celta de Vigo, at the Balaidos, with 10 men, I mean, very good signs, I'd have to say. Caesar Dot says, great team effort. Very much so, Caesar. Thank you for that. It was a team effort. I thought everyone on the pitch did good. Maybe Odriozola wasn't the best, to be honest. But look, let's be honest. I mean, it's all right. Overall, it was a great team effort, I have to say. James says, did you see that no new signings started? Makes the win even more impressive. It does, actually. I was quite surprised to see the lineup. I was very surprised to see that. And it made me kind of wonder whether we're going to really do that good, whether we were going to do that good. But in the end, we won, and I was very happy. Matt, the Think Hazard is our new Galactico. He didn't even play, but we won. Yeah, I know. But we will need him. We will need him in further games. Mosin says, let's laugh at the Culés who are fighting for survival. Weren't they in 20th place yesterday? So, yeah, I know. But, hey, let's not laugh too early. They're going to come back. We all know it. Barcelona are still a dominant force. James says, yes, Dennis and Barry Aspas didn't even protest to the ref. They didn't even think it was a red. Yeah, actually, that's a good point, James. It was really weird. I mean, for me, that stamp that Luka Modric did, of course, ostensibly it seems like Luka Modric, may, it seems like he was rash and reckless, but it was just a bit accidental. When you look at it again and again, it was a bit accidental, and maybe the ref just looked at it, and just thought, by the letter of the law, it is a red card, and he just went with that. So, yeah, it was weird. It was weird, but it's all right. It's all right. We won. Also, Odriozola was low-key the most suspect. He in preseason we saw this too. He was given a lot of space to, on that right-hand side. People were kind of exploiting that. I hope people don't, see that bit of space as the weakness, or that flank as the weakness of Real Madrid, but he was a bit suspect. Caesar said, do you think Neymar might actually disrupt the chemistry of the team? That's a good point. That's a good point. You bring up a good point, Caesar. And I have to say that he could, in the short term, I don't think he will. In the long term, it might just happen. So that's actually a very good point, Caesar. That he, in the long term, is Neymar a really, really good option for us? Obviously, short term, we need the goals and no problem, things along those lines. But long term, he could disrupt the chemistry in the team. We've seen this at PSG. Although we haven't seen this at Barcelona, it was the start, I would say, of his kind of, his ego starting to, he was trying to, make himself a little bit, I would say, more grand than he really is. How can I say this? Ostentatious. I can't think of a word, but yeah, he might disrupt the team chemistry in the long term. I think that's a good point, Caesar. We can't forget that. We can't forget what he did at PSG. That's a good point. Molson says Celta de Vigo is still a tough place to go to. Yep, it is, and we have to take this win, and we have to be, optimistic. It is a very hard place to go to, very hard place to get a win. But we won somehow, even with 10 men, we won, and that's the thing that impresses me the most, is that we did it with 10 men on the pitch. I think that's the thing that just impressed me. I just couldn't believe that we won that game with 10 men. It was incredible to see that, and the resiliency that we saw in the team, I think, today was very good. And the defense was good. The midfield was solid. I mean, everyone today looked on their A game. Obviously, it's the first game of the league, but everyone today looked phenomenal. Rafael Varane, actually, who had an abysmal preseason, looked phenomenal, stopping, crosses, stopping, balls in the center, stopping Ramos, incredible stuff. Marcelo was very good, attack, defensively. Yes, a couple of things defensively, but Odriozola, I'm not even going to start with that, but okay. But Casemiro, Modric, Cruz, fantastic. Gareth Bale, another player who last season towards the end, not very good. Karim Benzema, obviously, with his goal providing, and things along those lines. And Vinicius didn't have the best games, to be honest, but that's all right. You'll have a couple players like that, and overall it was just a very, very good collective effort. And that's what I have to say about this game. Diego Fajardo, thank you for coming out to the channel. Visiten mi canal. Let's see, my Spanish is not good. Sorry, Diego. I'm gonna try there. Visiten mi canal. Subí el gol de Cruz y Vázquez, ambos en HD con narración. All right, thank you for that. James says we are top of the league. Say we are top of the league. We are top of the league. Yeah, we are top of the league. But hey, let's not be too quick. But yeah, we are top of the league. We are top of the league. Caesar says I'm only saying this because even with all the transfers, Barca, they had a look disorganized and lacked chemistry. Very good point, Caesar. I like that. And I think in the long term, maybe Neymar could disrupt that. And that is, maybe that wouldn't be good. The team right now, actually, what I like about it is that there is, I would say, even though it's not cohesive at the moment, I would say there is potential for that cohesiveness to build. And if we are to bring in someone like Neymar, then maybe that'll disrupt that team chemistry that we currently have. Neymar is kind of that superstar player. And yes, but as a counter argument to that, what I would have to say is that, you had Ronaldo. Ronaldo was very, very, very similar in terms of personality to Neymar. Ronaldo, as much as we like to say that he was a good player, and a nice person, charitable, and all those things, altruistic person, is that Ronaldo had kind of a similar personality in that he always wanted to be center of attention. Man, sorry. He always wanted to be the center of attention. He always, it was always about him. If it wasn't about him, he would get petulant. And so that's my counter argument to that. But that's a good point. Neymar could disrupt that, and Barca, yeah, like you said, they look disorganized, but we'll have to see. It is the first game. We'll have to see. Mosin says I think Neymar would fit in well. He already knows many of the players here. He won't be allowed to do that. Yeah, maybe, and he's been getting away with it at PSG. Yeah, he has been getting away at it. He has been getting away with it at PSG because he Neymar is bigger than PSG. I think it's not a bad thing. I don't know how to say this, but he is bigger than the club, and I think he knows that in himself that he's better than PSG. It's not to kind of put PSG down, but it's just that's how it is. Neymar is just he's a big name, and I think Neymar, the level of player that he is Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich. Could argue Manchester City. I'm not even going to say Manchester City, but all the top teams. PSG right now aren't the top team, so he knows he's better than PSG. Abhishek says, "A la Madrid, a la Madrid. It's coming home." Mohsen Ahmed, "A la Madrid." Yeah. Vignesh says, "Bale, Benzema, Cruz, Casemiro all played their best. Overall, our team played well. Other than Odriozola was just he wasn't that great." Mohammed says, "I'm happy we won." Abhishek says, yeah. After Modric went out, I saw that Madrid was literally waiting for Benzema is a magician on his day. Yeah, he is. Look, Benzema is going to be inconsistent. He will have times he won't be as good, and that's normal. And I think that's when the other players will have to step up. But having Benzema on the team is crucial. I think, like I said, he provides so much outside of the number 9 position, and I that's what I love about Benzema. And like you said, Abhishek, he is a magician on his day. Sometimes we don't see that, but if we can have him in the team and, he can be that kind of person, then, he's a world-class player. Vignesh says, Cruz was my man of the match, made many interceptions and tackles, scored goals of the season. Yeah, he was so good. Gabriel says that's the Arsenal song, lol, is coming home. Yep. Abhishek says, we got to keep Bale. He can help us, especially now that we have Asensio injured for the whole season. Yeah, I mean, Bale, I think, at this point, yeah, we are going to keep him. And Zidane, I think, has no problem with that. I think the thing with Zidane is that it's not that he never really liked Gareth Bale. I think what he didn't like was that Gareth Bale was always getting injured, so he couldn't depend on him. So that's why Zinedine Zidane just kind of used him sporadically whenever Gareth Bale was needed. And that's really what it comes down to, is that Zinedine Zidane didn't really hate Gareth Bale as a person. I think it's just that he couldn't rely on him, and therefore he can't he can't just kind of rely on that player. He has to go after other players, and he has to especially if other players are fit and they've been playing for a while, he's gonna choose those other players. But Bale, if he could stay fit, of course, why not? I think if Bale can stay fit, I think Zidane will grow to like him. But I don't think Bale's gonna stay fit this whole season. Abhishek says, let's see here. Man, I lost my. Let's see. Abhishek says, why spend 150 million on a guy we don't know would fit our team, Paul Pogba, when we have Bale already? We just got to keep him fit and sign Donny van de Beek for much less at the position Pogba plays. That's a good point. Yeah, I think if we can bring in a couple midfielders into the team, could be maybe better than Paul Pogba. And Pogba at the moment, I doubt he's going to leave Manchester United. And it's not that Pogba doesn't want to leave Manchester United. I think Manchester United right now are in a situation where they don't have a lot of players in their team. So I think Manchester United, what they want to do is keep their players. That's really what they want to do. Caesar says, want to bring up the fact that Real Madrid played Champions League level teams during preseason. Real Madrid will not have to play those level of teams 80% of the season. That's a good point. However, in the preseason, we did see a lot of, I wouldn't say we saw a lot, but we did see some. Actually, no, you're right. Actually, Caesar, that's a good point. That it is stronger teams in the preseason, but we'll have to see. It's really the preseason is just there for the players' fitness, and it's from now on that it really counts. Things really count, and the players will probably turn up. I mean, we saw this today. Let's see. James says all 3 goals were brilliant as well. First one, brilliant skill from Bale. Second one, Cruz rocket off the bar, and the third goal was just, oh my gosh, the third goal. I think the third goal is my favorite, I have to say. The team goal, especially great skill from Karim Benzema. Oh, man, that skill from Karim Benzema is sublime. I think we saw something like that 5 years ago where he kind of passed. He did a roulette, and it was kind of a pass, and I can't remember. I think it was Carvajal or something like that, and it reminded me of that, and it was. What a roulette! I mean, from Karim Benzema, I thought it was amazing, and that's what Benzema is able to provide, and that's what I really like about Benzema is that link-up play. Vignesh said we should sign good back for CDM for Casemiro. Yeah, we should sign a backup for Casemiro. Casemiro throughout this season won't be able to play all the games, or if he will, he's going to get injured eventually. So we do need to get a backup for that. Goal scoring cam like Bruno Fernandes or backup for right back Odriozola isn't good enough. I think Odriozola, yeah, I know what you mean. And then Carvajal, there's some questions there as well. So the right back situation is a little bit dubious at the moment. Yeah, maybe a right back could be good, but I think at this point we're going to go with Carvajal and Odriozola. And yeah, CDM, I agree with you as backup, and Cam, something like a Cam, yeah, I do agree with you. I would say something more of a CM is what we need. I think Cam, we have James and Isco. Whether James can play or not, that's a different question, but I think he'll play. Abdullahi says, same team as last time that played and we dominated. Many players showed their old form. The third goal was incredible. The third goal was simply incredible. I was surprised. I thought we played really well off the press in the first half. The Celta de Vigo were pressing us, and I thought we played out of the press really, really well in that first half. That was very great to see. And then of course at the 11th minute, you had a great assist from Gareth Bale. Benzema finish, and it's all it's almost a goal for Vinicius. I think Benzema got the goal, but Vinicius, he was very close to finishing that one. Let's see here. What else do we have to say? Same team as last time. Abdullahi says when Hazard returns, him and Bale when Benzema will be incredible. That could be a very good front three, especially if Bale's fit. Why not? We should incorporate Bale into the team somehow, just because he is oozing class. Bale is a world class player. It's just he's just not fit all the time. But when he's fit, man, why not? Peric, thank you for being on. I hope I'm pronouncing right. Peric or Peric. Peric, do you feel like Liverpool could beat our current side? I think they could. Just because Liverpool do have a solid foundation. They just came back from winning the Champions League, so definitely I wouldn't be surprised if they could. But we do have the background, the history, and things along those lines. So Real Madrid do have an advantage in that aspect. But Liverpool, I think, could beat our current side. Abdullahi says Odriozola and Hakimi should do a switch. Oh, I'd love that, but we can bring Hakimi back from loan and loan Odriozola out. Yeah, I think Odriozola is just here for a very short amount of time, and while Hakimi comes back, or what could happen obviously is we could have Hakimi and Odriozola as backup. If Odriozola is not doing a great job this season, if he doesn't do a great job, then he will be moved on, unfortunately. But his first game of the season, I think we saw pretty good Odriozola last season, but it was in the Copa del Rey, so we have to keep that in mind. Matias says, hey guys, I came back from a soccer tournament. Oh, hopefully you won. Hopefully you scored a few goals, and I watched the game until the first goal. Can you give me a brief summary of the game? Yeah, let me give you a brief summary really quick. So let's see. In the first half, I thought we played out of the press really good. I thought the midfield provided solid. It was very, very solid. I thought the defense was good. Taking the ball out, and then what else did I want to say? There was no clear chances for Celta in the first half, or in the first, I think, like 30 minutes or so. I really didn't see any clear-cut chances from Celta de Vigo. Varane was great. I mean, Sergio Ramos was good also. Bale was very, very good in the first half. Bale, I think, got man of the match by I think it was BN Sports. I think Bale was fantastic in the first half, and that's what I was saying, that Bale, if he's healthy and fit, then we should start him. But if he's not healthy and fit, then obviously, he's not going to start. But if he's healthy and fit, then why not start him? I thought Modric was very good in the first half. Modric got a red card. Obviously, I'm sure you saw that. But Modric got a red card. But Modric was very, very good. Cruz was good. I mean, Odriozola, there was a mistake from Odriozola in the first half, and it was almost 1-1. And what saved Odriozola was there was an offside, I think, from one of the Celta players. So that's why it ended up being 1-0 again. But if it wasn't for that offside, it would have been 1-1. It would have been down to Odriozola's big mistake. But that's pretty much the summary of the first half. Caesar says Liverpool is on a different level than Madrid. Yep, they are. Baby steps. Real Madrid will get there very soon. Yep, yeah, exactly. It's really baby steps. It's really because Liverpool right now, they just have the solid foundations. Just came back from winning the Champions League, so it's going to take a little bit of time for Real Madrid. But I don't think it's going to take too much time. This is Real Madrid, and obviously players here, they have to be at the top of their game, and that's really, I would say that plays into our hands. The history and everything like that. That really plays into our hands, and that gives us a certain advantage to Liverpool in that aspect. But Liverpool, they just came back from winning the Champions League. So right now, obviously, they're better than us. Christian E says Odegaard is so good versus Valencia. I didn't see that actually. I will have to check out those highlights. Thank you for letting me know. I think Odegaard will be a fantastic player for us in the future, but we just got to let him develop. It's going to take a little bit more time. Obviously, this is Real Madrid. We don't want to throw him, into the wolves. So just a little bit more time, and hopefully we can see Odegaard. It would be incredible to see him. Lucia says Dani Ceballos is unbelievable. I saw that he got 2 assists this morning. I didn't see his assist, but I did see he got 2 assists. I think he will come good. I think he will come good. I think this season versus Arsenal, I think, like I said, I think he will have a good season on Arsenal. I think he really fits their style of play. And I think this, for this season, I think Dani Ceballos on a loan move will do him wonders. I think, I hope that he comes back to Real Madrid a little bit more polished. But I think the potential is there because we've seen it in a Spanish shirt. Abdullahi says, I do still think that we need a new midfielder, but we should appreciate what the team did today. And with Modric suspended, James will play next game. Yes, good point, Abdullahi. I think we need more midfielders. And, obviously the team did really good today, but we have to remember it is the first game of the season. As the games go by, yes, some players will start to, fatigue will start to play. And especially that Modric is 34. Cruz is 30. He's not so old, but yeah, fatigue will start to set in. Modric, like I said, Modric is 34. We will need another midfielder for that. Modric is, fantastic, obviously, but he's 34. He's not going to be able to play all the games, so we do need a couple more midfielders. John says we did it. We did it. I can't believe it. 3-1, and to say we did it, 10 men playing, just unbelievable. Let's see, the second half, yeah, was a bit weird. Obviously, Modric got the red card, and that was a little bit, it was a bit fortuitous for Modric, and it was a stamp, but it was too accidental, and I don't think he deserved the red card. Abhishek says nobody talks about Courtois. The guy is the first to get to the stick, but today he saved 2 clear goals. He was amazing, hoping he could continue like this. Courtois was really good today, I have to say. He did make a couple of fantastic saves. I think there was a couple of shots where, or one shot in particular where Iago Aspas actually, and I think it was Adrien Salah's mistake once again. Iago Aspas found some space and then shot it to Courtois, and Courtois easily, could not have saved that, but he did save it. I thought that save was really crucial in that moment. I think it could have been 1-1 or it could have been 2-1 or something along those lines, but I thought at that moment it was very, very crucial save. And Courtois, I have to say, was fantastic today, and hopefully we could see that. We saw some very good interventions from Courtois, so hopefully he continues like that. And James says if we can beat Valladolid and Villarreal before international break, that would be great. Yes, yeah, it would boost our confidence tremendously, I have to say. Then after that, Hazard will be back from injury, and maybe Neymar will have signed for us. I hope so. Neymar would, he would be a fantastic signing, but like Caesar said, is a very good point. We have to keep his ego in check. That's the biggest thing if Neymar is to come into the club. We have to keep his ego in check. We can't let it go, get to his head, because Neymar is one of those players that if you let his ego get to his head, or if you let his ego get to him, it's not going to end well with Neymar. So it is a big risk with Neymar. We'll have to see what happens. Matias says recall Dani Ceballos for mid instead of buying someone. Yeah, you could do that. I don't know if it's too late. I think it's too late, but maybe we should have kept Dani Ceballos. I thought it was really weird that we loaned out Dani Ceballos. We sold Kovacic. We sold Llorente, and we don't have any replacements for that. I thought that was always weird. Abdullahi says, I don't understand people saying Modric red card was not deserved. Not go for the ball, and it was 100% red card. Abdullahi, that's a good point. By the letter of the law, it is a red card. I could see why the referee gave it. Obviously, as written, or it's not in verbatim, but as it's written, I think if you do have the studs on an ankle and you don't go after the ball, then it is a red card. But what I do have to say as an argument to that, it was a bit accidental. For me, the red card, it was a bit harsh, but I can see why it's a red card, and I guess we can't argue too much with the ref, right, Abdullahi? I think you have a good point. Let's see. James says, in all fairness, I would never have expected Celta to be so poor today. Me neither. Actually, after that, I think it was after that second goal where Celta really, I would say, they just lost it. It's like mentally they switched off. They knew that they were going to lose, and they knew that it becomes a bit blasé after a while where you lose to the top teams, and it just becomes to the point where you just say, you know what, we lost today, and that's how it's going to go. And maybe Celta just they switched off after that second goal, and that's what I felt like, because before the second goal, and it was during the red card, of course they should have exploited Real Madrid's weaknesses more, but I thought it was really after that second goal where they were just like, you know what, we lost, and Celta really should have done better. Parrish says prime Van Dijk versus prime Ramos. Prime Ramos for me. Van Dijk is good. I think he will be. He's good. Obviously, he will be good. He's already very good, but Ramos, we can't forget what he's done. It's incredible, Ramos, I have to say. But Van Dijk, I think, can get to Ramos's level. But I think Van Dijk will have to prove himself, over a number of years. We have to remember that Ramos has done it for, a multitudinous amounts of years. So I think Van Dijk will certainly replicate what Ramos has done. But, he's not quite there yet. And it's not that I'm saying that, he's not going to be at that level or anything. But Ramos has done it over a number of years. And Van Dijk will have to do that. We have to remember Ramos has won 3 Champions Leagues with us. Van Dijk has won... is it 3 Champions Leagues? Yeah, 3 Champions League. Van Dijk has won, 1 Champions League? I mean, yes, it is Liverpool. Yes, it is Real Madrid. But for me, Prime Ramos for sure, even though he's reckless. Let's see. Abdul Saeed says, Modric needs to be replaced. Yeah, I mean, it's not that he needs... Well, look, if we could sell Modric, I would say we should sell Modric. But if we can't sell him, I think we should keep him and bring in another midfielder because Modric won't be able to play all the games. He's a fantastic player, been fantastic to the club, but he won't be able to play the games. Macias says, I forgot to tell you, I have 2 other games right after this because it's preseason. We won our first game 3-0, so wish me luck for the rest. Nice, yeah, good luck. Good luck on your games. I'm hoping everything goes well. What position do you play, actually? Let me know. Hopefully you can score a few goals. That would be great. Real Madrid, it's 4 Champions Leagues, right? I don't know, Sergio Ramos, 3 or 4 Champions League. I'm not even sure anymore. Machane says Modric is old and should play less, in my opinion. Yes, exactly. Modric, he's not going to be able to play all those games. So yes, a little bit less, could do him some good just because he's not able to play all those games. Let me get into the player ratings, guys, and I'm going to end it like in about 10 minutes. I'm going to do the player ratings right now, but I thought really everyone did good. Courtois, I'm going to have to give a, let's see here. What do I want to give Courtois? I'm going to give him, I'm going to give him an 8. Let's see. 8 for Courtois. I thought he was fantastic today. I could almost give him a 9, but I'm going to go with an 8. I thought he was fantastic today. Made a very, very key interventions, really, was able to, I would say, intervene at the necessary times. And for me, Courtois, amazing stuff. Hopefully we can see him continuing in this kind of form. Marcelo was very, very solid, defensively sound, attacking, providing a lot. I'd have to give Marcelo a 9. I thought he was fantastic today. Marcelo a 9. Ramos was very good today. I'm going to give him an 8. Thought Ramos provided a lot of stability. Obviously blocked a few crosses. Varane, I'm going to have to give a 9. I thought he blocked quite a few crosses. Very, very good stuff from Varane. So 9 for Varane. Odriozola, man, where do I start with Odriozola? Let's see here. Macias says I can play right back, right mid, and center mid. Nice. I like that. I play right. I used to play right back too. I did play midfielder a little bit. Midfielder's a lot. It's very tiresome. Right back too, I guess, because you have to overlap and you have to come back and stuff like that. I used to play similar football positions to that, Macias. But good luck. Good luck. Hopefully everything goes well. Abdullahi Omar says, don't understand saying Celta was bad. They dominated for most in the first half. Courtois needed to save us a couple times. They played good, but we played better. The first half, we didn't create a lot of clear-cut chances. I know we got the first goal in the first half, but never really any clear-cut chances. But what I have to say about Celta is going forward, they never created any clear-cut chances either. But especially for them being at home, you would expect a little bit more. But I thought Celta didn't play at their best. Obviously they were fairly okay, I guess. But really after that second goal was when they went down. But before that, I guess you could say they were into the game. Macias says mostly midfield. Cool. I says I'm getting the same Real Madrid 2019 February vibes where we won a couple games and all the players and fans were so confident, forgot all about all our issues. We still need signings. Yes, good point, IA. I think we can't get too ahead of ourselves. That's only normal, but it's normal to kind of enjoy it and to be like optimistic a little bit and things like that. But I don't think a lot of fans are getting too ahead of themselves. Is that what I have to say? Obviously it's only normal to be a little bit optimistic, but I don't think we're getting too ahead of ourselves. We know what we have to do. We know the areas we have to consolidate in. I know the midfield, we need a little bit of consolidation. I know the right wing needs a little bit, but hopefully we get those players in. And if we get those players in, I think we can have a pretty good season, but we need to make those signings, yes, like I was saying. Abdul Saeed says, Odriozola not good at defending. This is not great, right? Abdullahi Omar, let's see. Don't worry, guys. I says you don't know him well, and let's see. Creative Content says Coutinho is on loan to Bayern. Does that mean Neymar will not go to Barca? I don't know. That's what people are saying. Actually, I really don't know. I think we'll have to see. But that is, I think James was saying that where if Coutinho does go, he's going on loan to Bayern, that seems like Neymar won't go to Barcelona. So we'll have to see. I think Barcelona will try to make it happen still, nonetheless. But yeah, we'll have to see. That kit we were wearing today is awful, in my opinion, says James. I think it's a bit too. I don't really like it, to be honest. I think it's a bit too dark. It doesn't really look like a Real Madrid kit. I think that's what I have to say about it. It is a little bit weird, but it is what it is, right? P100R100, thank you for being on. When Madrid played in DC, do you think Trump affected them? And what are your thoughts on Trump? My thoughts on Trump, I don't follow politics too much, guys. I really don't follow politics too much. What I have to say about politics is, although I would say it does have an impact on the country, on a few things here and there, is that politics doesn't necessarily have to influence our lives directly. And what I mean by that is that, if you're anti-abortion, if you're pro-abortion, if you're anti-LGBT, if you're pro-LGBT, you make your decisions, based on, I would say based on what is right, and I guess that's what I mean by that. And I don't want to get too much into politics. What I think about Trump, I really can't judge much because I don't follow politics that much. But do you think Trump affected them in DC? Certainly, you know how Trump is. No, I'm just kidding. Matthias says, how was Vinicius? Vinicius wasn't that great. His end product is still lacking. But it's okay. That's okay. It's part of the learning curve for Vinicius, and that's only normal that it's going to take a little bit of time for him. So I'm not too worried about Vinicius. He will have some bad games. He'll have some good games. This was an okay game for him, and it's only normal. It'll take a little bit of time. So Vinicius wasn't great today, but it's all right. Abdullah Omar says, sorry if I sound harsh, Los Blancos TV. I'm happy for the match, but it has been a hard day in work. Love the vids. Keep up the good work. I have been seeing here since. Don't worry, Abdullah. I appreciate for you being on. Thank you so much. No, it's normal. Some people, of course, we all have lives we have to go through, and including me. Sometimes I won't be able to do the match reaction right after, and I have a life too, and it's only normal. It's only normal that you can't do everything. So no, thank you so much, Abdullah. Really appreciate it. Creative content says still better than Barca kit. Yep, that's a good point. Matthias says I love this kit in my opinion. It's okay. It's not the best kit, but for an away kit, hey, I'll take it. Abhishek says just imagine Hazard and Mbappe on the wings and James at cam and all of them lead by a prime Ronaldo in the middle at the striker. Wow. Yeah, that would be great, But we can't dwell on the past. We can't think about Ronaldo too much. James says, to be frank, we weren't so poor in preseason. I doubt Madrid fans would be excited by the result. I think it's just lots of Madrid fans thought we'd lose today and we had a great performance. Yeah, that's true. Exactly. I thought we were going to have a pretty poor performance, but we ended up having a very good performance. I was quite surprised, but it is the first game of the season. We can't forget that. But you know what? Barcelona lost to them the first game of the season. We can't forget that either. Vishek says, I still regret Mbappe going to Paris rather than to us. It hurts. I think Mbappe will come to Real Madrid, but it's a matter of time, and it's a matter of whether we have to be quick on Mbappe. We have to, we can't let Barca get to him, because if Barca, offers him something, he might just take it. Odriozola, let's see, I'm going to get into player ratings a little bit. Odriozola is going to be, it's not going to be too much. It's going to be a 3. Sorry, man. Sorry, Odriozola, but it's not that great. I want you guys to do the player ratings. I want you guys to be involved as well. So I'm going to let you guys rate actually the front 3. I want you guys to let me know what you guys thought about Vinicius, Bale, and Benzema. Just say Benzema this, Bale 9, Bale 10, I don't know, something like that. So I'm going to let you guys do the front 3, and then I'll do the ratings for the midfields. Abdullahi said, good game by Madrid, good reaction. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It is a good day, very, very much a good day. Thank you for that. P100, R100, if you become a Real Madrid fan, 2014-15 season, are you a bandwagon? You could argue that, obviously, but I don't think so. Look, man, if you became a Madrid fan at the beginning of the season, no, you can't really say that. If you became a fan at the end of the season, well, not really. It was the first Champions League. It was their first Champions League, so it's not a real bandwagon. Maybe if you became after the 3 Champions Leagues, then yeah, but people have different reasons for going for a certain club, and sometimes it is success. It's not like we're going to go for Doncaster Rovers. We're going to go for the clubs that are successful. We don't want to go clubs after we don't want to go after clubs that aren't really successful necessarily. So it's kind of normal that people have there's a certain tendency to go after the successful clubs, and Real Madrid fans, Real Madrid is just one of them. Let's see here. James says Benzema 8 or 9, Bale 7, Vini 6. Thank you for that. Abhishek says Bale 9, Benzema 10, Vini 6.5. And then Abdullahi says Bale 8, Benzema 9, Vinicius 6. So Benzema 8 or 9, Benzema 10, Benzema 9. I'm gonna go with the 9.5 for Benzema. I thought he was really good, and it's just that link-up play that Benzema is able to provide. I think he's just got it in him, and that's really what I like from Karim Benzema is that link-up play. So 9.5 for me. And sorry, the numbers are horrible. I'm just gotta work with the mouse for the laptop mouse. Let's see here. Bale. We're gonna go with 7, Bale 9, Bale 8. I thought Bale was really good today. I'm gonna give him 8.5 for Gareth Bale, just because I thought he was really good today. So I'm gonna give him an 8.5. I thought he provided so much in attack, and I could almost give him a 9. Maybe I should have done that, but it's all right. And Vinicius, I'm gonna give him a 6. I thought Vinicius is a little bit lacking, but that's no worries. He's still young, and he's gonna have to grow into it. It's only normal. James says football is for everybody. Lol, so annoying when people judge who you support. You can support who you want. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. Well, I think it's only normal that some people do criticize, people who get on the bandwagon. No one really likes people who get on the bandwagon, but like I said, there's a certain tendency. It's normal for people to have a certain tendency to go after successful clubs. Let's see. Creative content says, should we go after Firmino or Dybala? As Benzema is getting old. Firmino or Dybala? As Benzema is getting old. I think I'd go with Firmino. And I think the reason that is because I think he's a slightly better player. I think Dybala is also very good, but I would say what I have to say about Dybala is the potential was there, and he hasn't necessarily fulfilled it to the maximum. Firmino at the moment is doing wonders, so I would go with Firmino. But Sia says how Odriozola was he a 3? Why though? I think it's because of the first goal. It wasn't a goal; it was an offside goal. But I thought he could have done a lot better there. I thought he was waiting too much, and that could have really easily ended up as a goal. And there was a couple of times where I think it was Iago Aspas able to find a little bit of space on the right hand side. I thought Odriozola could have done much better. And maybe it's just because it's Odriozola, but I'm not trying to be mean on him. It's just I didn't think he did that great today, and it's just not to be mean. It's just I didn't think he was that great. Abhishek, people like the video. Thank you everyone who likes the video. No, I really appreciate it. Abdullahi says Bale was great first half, but not as good in the second. Yeah, exactly. I guess Bale kind of does that, right? It's kind of it goes up and down with Gareth Bale a bit, and although Gareth Bale's he's doing pretty good right now, I think in the middle of the season we won't see the Gareth Bale who's as good. Maybe he's gonna get a little bit of injuries here and there, so we'll have to see with Gareth Bale. Abhishek says he's doing us Madridistas a service. We appreciate it, David. Kinda, I guess. I try my best. Obviously my football acumen is still lacking. I'm still trying to get it up. I did play football when I was a youngster, but what I would have to say is that I wasn't at the optimal level. I wish I would have continued with it a little bit more. Abdullahi says, he wasn't that great, Odriozola, I thought. Abhishek says because he wasn't very good today. Yeah, I thought Odriozola, man, it wasn't just very good. And he really was the anomaly. The defense was fantastic today, and it was really Odriozola was really the weak point. Abdullahi says Benzema. I think Macias just wanted to know why. Just because he didn't watch the first half, and that's really what it comes down to. So no worries, Macias. No, thank you for inquiring about it, because sometimes people don't know why I give some player ratings. Let's see here. Abdullahi says Benzema is for me the best number 9 ever, but there's not a player that plays like him, both in attack, but also how he links with the team, and that is why he is number 4 highest goal scorer of all time. Exactly. People don't remember that. He is the number 4 highest goal scorer of all time. Benzema, the guy who apparently can't finish. So, we always kind of, overlook Benzema very easily, but he's a very good player. Creative content, I think Benzema will outscore Hazard. I think so too, actually. And I think Hazard is a very good player, but I think Benzema will outscore Hazard. I think that's a good point. Macias says, good stream, guys. Yeah, I'm going to end it almost there. I'm going to go with a little bit of the midfield. Cruz, fantastic. I'm going to give him a 9.5 just because of the goal. Fantastic goal from Toni Kroos. So I'm going to give him a 9.5. Modric, red card, but you know what? Overall, Modric, I'd have to give him an 8. I'm going to go with an 8 for Luka Modric. fudge. The numbers are very convoluted. Sorry, guys. I wish I could do a little bit better. And Casemiro was very good today, and he stopped one goal in specific. I think it was Iago Espas who crossed it in, and someone got on it on the end of it. Casemiro stood in front of there, and I thought Casemiro was fantastic. I'd have to give Casemiro a 9. Very, very good stuff from Casemiro today. So let's see. I'm just gonna go over it really quick. Marcelo 9, Ramos 8, Courtois 8, Varane 9, Odriozola 3. I'm sorry, Odriozola. Let's see. Casemiro 9, Cruz 9.5, Modric 8, Bale 8.5, Benzema 9.5, Vinicius 6. Maybe I'm being a very harsh on Vinicius, but Vinicius is only normal. It's gonna take some time. This second season for Vinicius is gonna be a little bit harder. Let's see here. Abhishek says the fact that over 10 managers have came and went since Benzema arrived at Madrid. Very good point. All of them considered Benzema basically a starter every game. Exactly. It's proof how good Benzema is. He gets a lot of stick, Benzema, and what I have to say is that Benzema is world class, and we take him for granted a lot. Abdullah Omar says in Champions League, of course, that is where he's number 4. Thank you for that. James says, David, will you be watching any other La Liga games this weekend? I hope so. Maybe if there's a game tomorrow, I'll be watching it. I'm not going to do any watch-alongs or anything. Maybe in the future I will do it, but as of right now, I won't do it. Oh, man, I can't do this username. Holy shit. Holy shit says you need a haircut. I do need a haircut. Thank you for that. Don't worry. It's fine. How about short on the size? I'll think about it. I got to go a la Madrid. I got to go too. Based on what I know, Madrid has to keep some form, get ready for the next game. Want Hazard and Bale back. Yeah, I know, me too. Hopefully we get some more form, continue this form. We need it. And Creative Con says, Vinicius or Rodrigo? Rodrigo for me, but Vinicius will come good. So that's all I have for you guys. I'm going to end it right there. Like I said, thank you guys so much for being on. Really appreciate it. Those are the player ratings. I thought we did really good today. The game, overall, the midfield was really good. The defense was really good. Bale even was really good. But we have to remember this is the first game of the season. We can't get ahead of ourselves, and it'll take a bit of time. It's going to take a little bit of time. That's only normal. The team will take some time to to amalgamate or to build some cohesiveness, and so we can't get ahead of ourselves. And obviously we did capitalize on the fact that Barcelona lost, but like I said, it'll take a bit of time for the team to still build some cohesiveness, and we have to keep ourselves grounded. We need to realize that we do need a couple more midfielders into the team, maybe just a striker or something along those lines, maybe a right winger or something. But yeah, there's the recap, guys. I think I'm gonna end it there. Like I said, thank you guys so much for being on. Really appreciate it as always. Good stuff from Real Madrid today. I thought we were fantastic today, and there you have it. I think I'm gonna end it there, guys. So thank you guys so much for being on. Really appreciate it. And have a good one, guys. Take care. Thank you.